Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. It is now Jared 17, and we got a lot of interesting things happening here. But first, we're going to cover short term weather that's going to happen to the mountains of western North Carolina. That I mentioned it yesterday. So we got our player coming here, going across the southern states. Right now, it's mostly over like Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and it's kind of aimed toward western North Carolina here. So for the rest of us outside the mountain, it's another day of rain that's coming in for Friday, into Friday night, into Saturday morning. But this is gonna be important because it's gonna be snowing on mountain peaks in western North Carolina. So for now, there's really no winter storm watch or warnings or advisory for it. It's pretty limited to the mountain peaks. I guess National Weather Service is not really pulling out the warnings or watches. And then we got the HRRR here. So we're going to show you what should be specking over the next 48 hours. And you can see all that moisture just kind of overrunning the cold air that's on the mountain peaks. So let me speed this up a little bit here. So that should be more helpful for y'all. Speeding that up. And you can see all that moisture is just smashing into the mountains. And that's going to give a little bit of snow from the mountain peaks, and then we got a little bit of moisture right behind it coming in as a northwest flow snow. So, yeah, all that moisture shit crashing into the mountain peaks. So that's going to end up with a little bit of snow for the mountain peaks. Anything above maybe 3,000 feet or 4,000 feet. And especially along the southwest mountain ridges here, where some higher mountain pieces are, especially along the Blue Ridge Mountains. Blue Ridge Parkway here. So there's Blue Ridge Parkway that kind of snake through this area here and then go through Asheville and kind of snake up here and then to the Smokies. So do expect some snow on Blue Ridge Parkway for sure, and definitely expect the snow about 3,000 or 4,000 feet. Definitely a couple inches of snow over the next couple of nights along the usual suspects. So we're going to move on and start talking about the main players, the main storm that we're going to have for next week. So this is the European computer model from Trail Z, which is, a couple hours ago, it was like released at 1 o'clock p.m. So this computer model come out with the full resolution every 12 hours. So we got the European picking up the storm here. And then, as you can see it right now, most of the storm is kind of focused on the coastal areas of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So that's really interesting for sure. So we got the low pressure kind of really far down here comparing to the last storm, and we got the high pressure kind of like forcing the storm to go around it, and it's also kind of supplying all the cold air here. So that's kind of supplying the cold, and then we got the moisture coming in here, and it's kind of coming together to create a winter storm. And I have talked about this yesterday. So right now on this specific European run, it's focusing most of the snow along the coastline of South Carolina and North Carolina and a little bit Georgia. And there's some missing issues with direct coastline of Georgia, South Carolina. So that's what the European is showing for now. But things are still kind of changing, and I'll get to that in a minute. So this is kind of more overrunning events, but more southern version of it. And then we're still using the computer assembly that I'm talking about yesterday in my yesterday video. Once you get a little bit more understanding for that, watch my yesterday video. I kind of went over it and what this means. But basically, we got like 50 different calculations coming together to form one beam calculation. And it has picked up a little bit comparing to last night. So there's definitely a little bit more frozen moisture for Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. So a little bit more frozen precipitation to be expected And if I'm right up here, I'll be expecting that to be all snow in this Pacific run. And then a little bit missing issue down here. So, but we're not done threading yet. Like I said, this is kind of covering a large range of computer model runs. It's accounting for a storm that's kind of going far south. It's accounting for a storm that's kind of going more inland here. So it's like a wide range of solution coming together to form the mean average. And this is where our mean average is right now. But as always, it can keep shifting inland or out to the ocean. And also, this kind of stuff is mostly Friday, Saturday storm. So kind of ignore this for the next week stuff. And then, like I was talking about, the European computer assembly model is a run that 50 different solution coming to the main solution. So this is for Raleigh, North Carolina, which is, I guess, my home area. So we got like the beam calculation down here. So that's the beam calculation for the city of Raleigh, which is about 2 inches right now. But you can see it's offering many different solutions. And it's looking like it's becoming less and less likely that we're going to miss out on a winter storm here in Raleigh. It's looking less and less likely we're going to miss the snowstorm, and more likely we're going to get some kind of winter weather up here. And then there's like a handful of solutions. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 out of 50 solution offering 3 inches of snow. So that's more than 20% chance that we're going to get more than 3 or 4 inches of snow here in Raleigh. But most of it is showing at least trace amount of snow. And then what's important here is we still have what we call the big door, the big storm. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solution coming up with over 5 inches of snow for Raleigh. So I found that a little bit interesting. And then there's a couple computer models that suggesting we're going to have a second smaller storm on Friday night, which is kind of coming back to this model here. So we do have like an interesting situation unfolding with a second storm here on Friday, the 25th. So January 25th, might have a second low pressure system coming in behind the main storm. And as you can see, it's definitely something to watch out for going to the future. So yeah. And then some ways we can improve that the odds for us in Central North Carolina and South Carolina is we got to get the tilting of a fortitude a little bit better. If we can get the tilting to be a little bit better, we'll be in better shape for more inland snow here in Raleigh and South Carolina and inland Georgia as well. So I'm kind of fumbling my word. I apologize. So the blue line is the current forecast for this specific computer model. I wrote about it on my Facebook page, and I might get more clear explanation there. You'll understand this part. But basically, this is the fortitude that's pumping into the storm, into the weather system, trying to generate the motion, the cyclonic motion to generate a storm, and rising motion to create the rain, to create the clouds, that kind of stuff. And the choking is so right now the blue choking is what we call the positive tilt. And we want bigger storm with more moisture for inland. We got to make it like more neutral, which is the green line. So we can make the tilting more neutral. It'll be a little bit easier for the storm to turn up. The low pressures to start turning up a little bit more, but it's gonna come at cost of the coastal area like Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, getting more freezing rain or sleet, and more inland areas are gonna be a winner for the snow. But if we're gonna stay at the positive tilting here, then the big winner is going to be Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, that area. That area is going to get snow with a little bit missing, but mostly snow. So all that snow is going to be limited to the coastal and that's what we call the suppressing pattern. And of course, it's gonna depends on the magnitude of the energy as well. And another way we can try to get better with the computer model runs to get bigger storm down the road is, I talked about this like 2 days ago, is we got to get the upper low here to connect a little bit more with the northern stream here. So we get the northern stream here with all the cold air coming in. And like a good major of the storm is being fueled by the northern stream with the cold air and the cyclone energy. But we can get this guy to merge them a little bit more with the northern stream, like get more pace from here. We can get all that motion, all that cyclone motion, and inject it into the storm a little bit more, and it creates a better, stronger storm. But it's gonna come at a cost of getting warmer air to lift up more northern, and that's gonna put the rain and snow line a little bit more north. So hopefully I'm not making this too complicated to explain, but you can see the end result here. So this is like the run-to-run threads for the same hour, and you can see it's kind of threading toward having closer relationship between these two features. And what that is doing is it's bringing everything a little bit more north, and it's making a stronger storm as well. So get my marker out here again. So this is run to run, what the computer model is showing, run to run for the same time period. So it is running like northward here. So we got the rain snow line kind of going up a little bit more north. It could potentially bring the heavy snow that was along the coast of the Carolinas and bring it more inland. And because of it, we could potentially see the heavier snow up to a more traditional areas of the Carolinas along the pavement. And so this is what the latest computer model from the GFS, the American GFS, was showing. When I was pointing at the picture, this run was running, and we got to the solution that is showing more northern freezing line here. So earlier today, it was more down here. So that was kind of quite a shift of a freezing line that we had over the Carolinas. So because of that, we got heavier snow, a little bit more inland along the central Carolinas, like central Georgia, central South Carolina, central North Carolina. So that is an interesting development, and we're going to see if this is going to keep running northwest by another 50 or 100 miles, or this is going to stabilize, or this is going to, reverse and suppress the moisture into more dry air for the Carolinas and lessen pressure of a winter storm. Another thing to keep in mind when I was talking about is the freezing line a little bit higher up, what we call the warm nose. So even if you get this surface temperature to be cold enough like this, a little bit higher up in the air, you could get up, above freezing, and there'll be that little overlap here, and that'll be where there'll be freezing rain and sleet that is happening over that area. So that's something to keep an eye on if you're in South Carolina and Georgia and the coast of North Carolina. Is really, really have to watch the 850 millibars temperature, the temperature that's about a couple thousand feet above the air. So it's becoming a little bit warm, kind of pushing in now. So it might appear them, I think the coast right now where I stand, right now, if you're asking me where it's gonna snow, rain, or freeze, I think this area here is gonna get mostly rain. And I think this area here along the coastline, it's gonna be a lot of missing with a little bit of snow. but a lot of freezing prep. So that roughly that area along the coast here, I would expect a little bit more of a missing show. And then for now, this whole area up here, it's probably gonna stay all snow for the whole event. But even they're at risk because this line here is shifting up. Every computer model run, it's shifting up. It's heading toward more warmer solution. So the trade-off is you're getting more moisture going northwest into Charlotte, Raleigh, Greenville, South Carolina. But the trade-off is you're gonna risk at getting sleet and freezing rain. So that's a trade-off for what bigger snowstorm. For now, this is a pretty good approach to the forecast, in my opinion. So I took this from one meteorologist here, down in Charlotte. So thank you very much for letting me use this, Brad Panovich. So we got like a moderate impact of winter events focusing on middle central Georgia, eastern South Carolina, and eastern North Carolina. And I would agree with that. There's higher chance of no matter what, no matter the shift up or down, no matter the shifting. I think this area is pretty much set. I'm seeing any kind of winter events at this point, whether it's snow or freezing rain. I think no matter what, I think the odds that this area come to see a winter weather impact is increasing, and it's up to 50% chance now for a moderate impact. Which is when you're like having trouble driving your car and you're gonna have closure and disruptions to your traffic. And for now, we got the weather prediction center still focusing on the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina with 2 to 3 inches of snow and sleet. The chance of this is 30% chance. 30 to 50% chance of the missing prep or snow or sleet or freezing rain in that area. So again, I think right now, regardless of a shifting here, I think that core area is going to be the core area. I think they're going to see snow and sleet no matter what at this point. Again, I took this from another meteorologist, and he misspelled this. He misspelled it, chance. That is not me. To show y'all. Just to let you all know, that is not me. I was taking it from one of the broadcast meteorologists because I thought it looked good, but I didn't see the misspelling till now. So, that's a bummer. But, no matter what, it's gonna be freezing. It's gonna be freaking cold next week, y'all. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's gonna be freaking cold. This is the lowest temperature that I was able to find, and that was like the night before. This is like the night before winter events. It's freaking cold, y'all. So we got all the snowpack that's kind of forming up in Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and then we kind of got like all that cold air is being taken down to the south through motion of the atmospheres and it's shifting weather pattern. It's gonna bring in a little bit cold here for sure. It's gonna be freaking cold. I'm gonna say again, it's gonna be freaking cold. Alright, well that's all I have for y'all for now. So hopefully that was a little bit easy to absorb. It's really hard for me to talk these weather events and talk out simple information, but try to not dumb it down too much. Because I believe you guys are smart enough to figure out with a little bit of my help and explanation. So thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying that. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.